All right, guys. So back here with another training session. Thanks for being patient. We been still training, just a little bit behind on posting this stuff. So right here, I got this set up, and this is actually done sort of like in reverse order, actually. So I'm working on my phone, so doing the best I can. But picture this at the end of the session. And essentially, what this is one hanging leg raise to pure failure. And I'm actually holding on to this just like pipe that I found on the side of the road. I don't have a good pull-up bar or a really good spot or a pull-up bar because I'm a little bit taller, so I don't really like when I have to like kneel in front. But yeah, here's what I'm doing here. So I think I set the timer, use the kitchen timer that I talked about in last post. And what I'm trying to do is just one full set where I really lock out and really push the hip flexors and the abs to their limits here. The last couple sessions I've been hitting this right after within a leaning session, but so again, picture this in reverse, right? So this is this vertical push, and again, man, these handstand push-ups are so tough. So what I'm really trying to do is sort of like mimic that overhead pushing movement, and it's really difficult. You can see the hips as I start to get more and more tired, like how hard it is really to push on those shoulders. Like it is such a difficult movement. I think especially for me. If you guys have any tips or like anything that has really allowed you to push harder on the handstand push-up, let me know. I'm working hard, trying to get better. If you guys got anything, please let me know. And then next in the session, we move into vertical pulling. And so that's back down where I'm breaking into fixing my upper back rounded posture. And so I start off with some negatives, and then we end up getting into me using my daughter's like gymnastics set bars to do those kind of like arch pulls where I'm really focused on squeezing the scap. And man, it's done wonders since I had this trap injury for really fixing up that problem that was pushing me forward. And this is just this sort of like daily life problem that's going on. But anyways, I did want to get back to like reading some chapters from some of the stuff that I'm reading. And so this is from Virtues of War. It's a novel about Alexander the Great from Stephen Pressfield. It's absolutely fantastic. Pressfield has got to be one of my favorite authors rather. And if you're into military history, if you're into leadership, if you're into like great heroes and just great writing in general, you got to check out Pressfield. It's unbelievable. So I just want to read this quick excerpt right when it begins. 4. Telamon. When I was a boy, I had 2 tutors. Aristotle taught me to reason. Telamon taught me to act. He was 33. I was 7. No one appointed Telamon over me. Rather, I fell in love with him and refused to be driven from his side. He seemed to me then, and does to this day, the perfect incarnation of a soldier. I used to trek the drill field in his train, aping his gait. The men pissed themselves laughing, but I intended no disrespect. I wished only to walk like him, stand like him, ride like him. He is from Arcadia in southern Greece. My mother wished me to speak pure Attic. Listen to the boy. He draws like an Arcadian. Telamon was a sergeant then. He's a general now. Still, I cannot bring him in from the field to the staff tent. He will not come. His idea of a good breakfast is a night march, and of a good dinner, a light breakfast. When I was 10, I begged Telamon to teach me what it meant to be a soldier. He would not respond in words. Rather, he packed Hephaestion and me 3 days into the winter mountains. We could not get him to speak. Is this what being a soldier means? Traveling in silence? At night we nearly froze. Is this what it means? Enduring hardship? Was he trying to teach us to hold silence? Obey orders? Follow without question? At the third dusk, we chanced upon a pack of wolves, chasing a stag onto a frozen lake. Telamon whipped onto the ice at the gallop. In the purple light, we watched the pack fan out in its pursuit, turning the prey first one way, then another, always farther from the tree line and the shore. Wolf after wolf made its run at the fast fatiguing buck. At last, one caught him by the hamstring. The stag crashed to the ice. In an instant, the pack was on him. Before Hephaestion and I could even draw rein, the wolves had torn his throat out and were already at their feet. That, Telamon declared, is a soldier. I remember looking on as a lad of 11 when Telamon, serving then under my father, formed up his company prior to the first march out against the Trebalians. He ordered each trooper to unshoulder his pack and set it upright at his feet. Telamon then proceeded down the line, rifling each kit, discarding every item of excess. When he was done, the men had nothing left but a clay cup, an iron spit, and a calamus cloak and blanket. There are further items, Telamon taught, which have no place in the soldier's kit. Hope is one. Thought for future or past, fear, remorse, hesitation. So I think in the next few videos, as I'm reading through this book and just reading on everything here, I'm just going to try to read some of the stuff that I really enjoyed, and hopefully you guys enjoyed too. So just a couple pages on further. And Telamon's still speaking. He said, "Rather, let him set aside all baggage of expectation, of riches, celebrity, even death, and spur beneath extinction's scythe, lightened of all, save surrender to that outcome known only to the gods. There is no mystery to this. All soldiers do it. They must. They could not fight at all." This is what Telamon meant when he paired his soldiers' packs or trekked to frozen peaks to show two boys the cold kill of predation. Another time when we were youths, Hephaestion and I asked Telamon if self-command had a place in the soldier's kit. "Indeed," he replied, continuing to stitch his overcloak, which chore our query had interrupted. "For the self-control of the warrior, which we observe and admire in his comportment, is but the outward manifestation of the inner perfection of the man. Such virtues as patience, courage, selflessness, which the soldier seems to have acquired for the purpose of defeating the foe, are in truth for use against enemies with himself, the internal antagonists of inattention, greed, sloth, self-conceit, and so on. When each of us recognizes, as we must, that we too are engaged in this struggle, we find ourselves drawn to the warrior, as the acolyte to the seer. The true man-at-arms, in fact, can overcome his enemy without even striking a blow, simply by the example of his virtue. In fact, he can not only defeat this foe, but also make him his willing friend and ally, and even, if he wishes, his slave." Our mentor turned to us with a smile, "As I have done with you." There is a clue here. Perhaps in the simple virtues I learned as a boy lies a way back for myself and for this army. Time is short. The men will not mate, nor will this river. Just beautiful writing about just the musings of kind of the true soldier and true character, whether you're in the military or whether you're aspiring to something, right? We can all sort of find that warrior within us. And yeah, you got to pick this book up if you have a chance. But until then, I'll keep reading. Let's keep training together, getting a little bit better. If you like this, there's more to come. I post videos every single week. And also do a lot of writing on Substack, and just started on X as well. So if you like what you see, follow along. We'll talk soon.